Hey everybody, it's a Doctor here with Typical Manga Fan, and today on the Typical Manga Review we're going to be going over Bleach Chapter 643, Baby Hold Your Hand 6. And we open up with Nemu blasting a hole in Pernita and then promptly getting murdered. That's pretty much what happens. Yeah.
You had this last chapter of her dealing the final blow and going 6%. So at the very least, I expected Kubo to be like, well, then she needs to go 20%, then goes to 50%. No, literally after that last, she gets stabbed by the multiple pieces of Pernita and just explodes.
Yep, and then why is he just falling after that? Because when she rescued Mayuri, she said she had a good few minutes left on there, and she only used a small percentage of her power, 6% of that.
I don't know, did he cut something out? Because that's what it literally feels like.
I know, and then as she's falling, we got the little bits of Pernita, which we already know is a bad thing. So they just smack her with nerves and rip her apart.
Yep, and there's now showering blood everywhere. I mean, it's like blood splatter. It's disgusting. And I was looking at this. I'm like, that just seems so unnecessary. I mean, this is a girl who literally sacrificed a life for someone who doesn't give a shit about her. And yes, I will still stand by that.
And just to highlight the point, who appears next but Siazel Apazoro, or however you pronounce his name on there, the Arankar he killed back in the Hueco Mundo arc. And my first thought here is, where the hell did he come from?
I'm just like, okay, is this like his conscience,
Well, if it's his conscience, to quote one of the comments that comes later, you're pretty effed up when this guy is your conscience.
Exactly. I think what he's supposed to represent is the small bit of because what Apollo's doing is he's kind of mocking him, saying well, didn't what you tell me kind of contradict you? So I feel like this is like that voice in your head that kind of it's like literally devil's advocate, right? This is like the voice that represents his devil's advocate, and sort of trying to contradict what Mayuri's feelings are.
Right, because what he's doing right here is he's pretty much calling out Mayuri on the stuff he told him back when they fought. Yeah. That perfection is like an insult to science. There's no such thing, and constantly looking for new things is what science is all about. But he also kind of questions as maybe he actually did view Nemu as perfect after all, and that's
that contradicts him, because he said that there was no such thing as perfection, and he says, well, basically what this would mean, using your logic, is that she's just someone who wasn't perfect, and therefore you can now go back to the drawing board and make someone better. That's it. Mm-hmm. And so you're supposed to be like, oh my gosh, is he going to be what's Mario going to say? And first off, the final thing that, one of the things that Sayo says is you have fallen, Mayuri. Seriously, what is this guy's? Why does this has never been shown before? So it's kind of weird that he's seeing something. Is this what he normally sees every day? Some guy talking to him? Is this the first time Apollo's appeared in front of him? I don't understand why this hallucination or this personification or whatever it is suddenly appearing now, because we've had no clue that this ever happened before to him.
Answer my earlier question, where the hell did he come from?
Exactly. I mean, obviously it's not the real guy. It's just it's just an image, a figment of his imagination. But it's just kind of weird, And of course, Mayuri just grabs him and makes him disappear and says, I'm not. Basically, he's reaffirming himself, saying, "Yeah, no, you're right. I'm not. You cannot. You cannot make negatively affect me, or you cannot tell me that I was wrong. I am still going to stand by my belief that perfection is an insult to science." And basically, what he's doing is he's not letting this imagination get the better of him. I think that's what I want to say. And so he's like, and then now we just see Nemu's being reduced to a carcass of meat, and he's like, "Oh, you can devour her. Okay, that's fine." And so
he's like, "Yeah, go ahead and devour her, but I'll be taking the cerebrum," and he pretty much just grabs her brain and walks off.
See,
with it.
That's the thing. A lot of people think that this scene means he still cares for her. It's like, no. He's literally taking the memory card. That's literally what he cares about. The only reason why he cares.
As we find out later, it's also guaranteeing Pernita's defeat here, or
at least
his apparent defeat.
Yeah. So I mean, I get. Look, here's the thing. I get that she could technically come back and all that shit, but any reasonable person with any emotion should be psychologically disturbed by seeing someone eat their daughter. Well, first off, explode a million people.
Again, wait. You're saying all that about Mayuri.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's not going to be disturbed by this.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's that.
Oh, hang on, lost sound.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. What were you saying?
okay. I was saying like that's exactly why it's that Mayuri being himself shows you that he doesn't have the emotions and feelings that some people think he does have. That's what I'm saying. It's a rebuttal to everyone saying that he's becoming nicer or he's becoming more human or whatever. No, he's not. He's still the same. That was my point.
Yep. And at this point, Bernita starts to like bloat out and flow out and just kind of like bulge out and such. And and as Kurosuchi explained, that's because one of the things he ate was Nemu's pituitary gland, which, in order to give her the increased lifespan that her predecessors lacked, a special organ was kind of embedded within that gland. And with the sole purpose of pushing the boundaries of that yada yada yada, science, blah blah, Mayuri, blah blah blah.
Basically, they let the Pernita's being forced to regenerate that actually makes them explode.
Mm-hmm.
There's just too much regeneration. It's destroying the body, which is actually something that's been used in Hellsing and even in Naruto. You know,
well, that alone is not a big deal to me, and it's not even a bad way.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's, by the way, it's like a fun fact, trivia fact. Mm-hmm. Just like it's been done in other anime, so that's just in case people don't understand what's going on.
Well, there's no point in saying it's not. There's no reason to say it's not original. I mean, it's still an interesting way to do it, and that's at least.
Well, I never said that it wasn't. I was just saying. Yeah. By the way, it's been done in Naruto and Hellsing.
Simpsons did it.
That was just to people to relate to understand what's going on. That's nothing against the originality of it.
Yeah, it was like but Mayuri pretty much just finished up by saying like if you consumed that organ without the brain to go with him, the cerebrum to go with it, you'll pretty much just self-destruct.
Yeah,
I think someone even points out that he pretty much killed him with cancer.
Yeah, actually, that's an interesting way of putting it.
Because that's what cancer is, isn't it? It's like the cells just keep growing and growing out of control. I don't know. I could easily be wrong about that.
Yeah. But yeah, just to reiterate, my reference to Naruto and Hellsing was not a criticism. It was just a fun fact.
Okay. And that pretty much ends the chapter, though. And at this point, I have mixed feelings here. I mean, all that stuff with Nemu, and it feels like it's rendered pointless. It's like just like
it does. Well, I think
even if the brain is used to bring her back at some point, will it actually be Nemu, or it'll be like Memory number 8?
See, it's Nemu because of the brains. But it's just a new body, I think. Knowing Mayuri, it's gonna be like that. Here's the thing. What I got from this chapter is that it reinforces the idea that Nemu has pledged her allegiance to someone who really doesn't care about her. It just reinforces that idea. That's all it does. I don't know if that's what Kuba's going for. Is he's gonna be like, is he like, I tricked you. I made you think that he actually had feelings. Nope, he's just the same. How was that for? Like, is he trolling people who believe was he trolling the people who believe that Mayuri actually had feelings, or what was Kuba trying to do here? Is he trying to say that Mayuri is strong because of this? Because in my opinion, that makes him weak. Because we have this whole thing about we have to have friends. Don't be by yourself. Blah 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 blah. All that cliche. So is Kuba saying Mayuri's stronger because he doesn't let his emotions get to him? I don't understand this. Like,
I don't get it either. I mean, my thing is just like, I mean, I don't even know what to think with this chapter. I mean, you have Nemu pretty much getting killed after her big attack, which pretty much amounts to nothing other than her death guaranteeing her defeat.
What a horrible way to treat another female character.
Yes.
Another! I mean, holy shit.
After she did something incredible, too.
Well, yeah, for like 5 seconds. What the hell?
If it were passed off as saying Nemu doing this knowingly, that might be one thing, but that is not how it's presented at all. Like if she was that might feed into your issue, like where it looks like she's giving her life for someone who doesn't care about her, but at the same time, at least it would make sense through. At least it would. I would prefer it, at least if it looked like there was something intentional, like she did it knowing Mayuri would react.
She should have had the final attack. It should have been her attack that defeated Pernita. And then it was just Mayuri.
In a sense, it is her final attack that does it.
Yeah, but that's
in a sense.
Yeah, I know, but it was. Mayuri.
It's not. It's not direct enough for it to count.
Yeah, it's what it is basically Kubo saying, I'm gonna try to give a little bit to make some of you fans shut up about female characters, but in the end, I'm gonna go back to what I want. It's just like he's teasing us, but then not giving us the full thing. I don't want to say he's trying to. I don't want him to pander to us, obviously, but there's got to be better than having the treatment he's given to the females. I mean, again, you know me. Everyone knows me. I'm not the type of guy who says female treatment, blah blah blah. I'm not an SJW. But I think with Bleach, it's so obvious that the females need to be treated better. I mean, really.
Yeah. I mean, I've had that issue with Rukia more than anywhere else.
I feel like that boobs are treated better, to be honest with you.
Because They get so lovingly animated.
Yeah, except for Rukia, her butt's the one that's being treated better.
Okay. But like I said, I've had that issue as well with
that's
Rukia's defeat, with Rukia's fight with her
Oh yeah.
Stern Ritter. I know your biggest issue was like with the whole science behind Absolute Zero. I don't really care about that because that's just shonen stuff. Well, whatever. They can defend how they want, and I'll buy it. Like my whole issue was the fact that she couldn't win her. She ultimately couldn't win her own fight without outsider intervention, or even survive it without outsider intervention.
I have that issue too. I just think that everything about that fight was bad, except for the thing is though, like she got the. I remember. I think I told you this before. I remember when there was I was talking to another Bleach. Well, I was chatting with another Bleach reviewer, Tekken 101, in his live stream thing, and he was also complaining about that thing about the Rukia thing. Cause he's a big Bleach fan, and he's one of the best, and he's probably the most famous Bleach reviewer. But even he's like, no, Kubo, you can't do that to Rukia. And I told him, I said this is before the final like the Bankai thing. So this is like the week before, and I said the only way for Kubo to even just get this out of the trash can, like just to make it a little better, is for Byakuya to step back and say, okay, give me my advice to Rukia, and so now Rukia does the final blow and whatever. And funny enough, that's exactly what happened.
It just didn't do the job.
It did do it. She killed him. I just said like that made it. What that did was upgraded from trash to still trash, but a little better. That's all it did. That's the thing. Like that's the only way you could have gone out of it without making it just utter shit. But it was still shit. I mean, like it wasn't utter shit, but it's still pretty bad. Like that whole thing should have never happened. And also the one where she cried because her brother finally approves of her or something. That was also bullshit too. She doesn't need her brother's approval at all. Okay, that's a problem with the development I had. Was like no. She should have been gone when she released the Bankai. That should have showed independence. So when she cried when her brother's like, I find you made me proud. It's just kind of like no.
Yeah.
Kubo's not really good with this stuff.
And like I said, it is unnecessary. Well, I don't know about unnecessary, but it's still pointlessly gruesome. The whole thing here, like it's blood raining from the sky. He's carrying the actual brain in his hands.
I think that's the thing. Like I think.
Was Pernita devouring people before? Because I know he twists them and screws them up, but did he devour them before?
Yeah, I think he tried to do that with like Mayuri. I think they point. I remember them pointing that out before. I don't remember the specific situation, but it wasn't a surprise to me. I think I remember hearing about it before.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember. The thing about the gruesome part is it almost felt like Kubo was enjoying it, as if he was shoving it in our faces. Like that was like the raining of blood. That was just like, okay, so she's been abused all her life, and then now you do that to her. Okay, so what? I mean, what is there left, right? I mean, at this point, death is like the best thing that could happen to her because now she doesn't have to abuse. Now she gets resurrected through Mayuri's and will eventually get abused by Mayuri again. So like it seems like death would protect her or defend, would let her avoid that, but no, she's gonna bring her back as from just the brain, and he's gonna abuse her for the rest of her life. And when he dies, he'll probably kill her too. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's just a big mess. That's really all it is. I mean, we didn't even get any Rex from the peanut gallery either. Come to think of it,
it's a big mess metaphorically and literally. Holy shit!
And every sense of the word.
Yeah. What about the peanut thing?
Oh, the peanut gallery, like the other lieutenants and such that are there, like Kenpachi guys.
Oh yeah, those guys. Well, they're useless. Well, all the lieutenants are legitimately useless. Nemu was the only one who actually did something, but they gave her like 5 pages, and that's it. So it literally was just, I just realized I never gave Nemu a slight shining moment like I did with the other lieutenants. Oh, here's one for her now. Okay, done with. It's like he doesn't want to, but he has to do it because I did it with the other guys. I kind of have to do it with these guys too. Kira's dead. I keep forgetting that.
Who is?
Is Kira, the 3rd Division lieutenant, the guy who makes things heavier.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
He died like the very first attack, and he was just like, no one's even talked about him. That's the sad part. No one's even talked about him since then. He was not even referenced. I think that's really unfortunate with the side characters. They just some of them die, and people don't even say, "Oh, he died." It's like, what? Who? Man, which I honestly kind of feel like with the main character now. I mean, really, what the hell has Ichigo done? Who is he right now?
Yeah, I mean, and what I really wonder now is like, how long are the other fights going to be after this?
I'm a little disappointed because there's a difference between giving the supporting cast the shining moments and just completely forgetting about the main character. Like,
yeah,
it's gotten really bad. Like, Ichigo's never had, he's never won a full fight in this entire arc. Like, the one guy he killed was Shaz Domino, and that happened off screen.
Ichigo? He also had the 4 Stern Ritter girls, but he didn't even really fight them.
Exactly, it doesn't count because he didn't really fight them. He just, because they're women, he didn't really want to kill them. It's just, really?
Yeah, I mean, that was ridiculous too.
So, yeah, but if you look back, Ichigo has literally done nothing. Literally. The one time he actually did something, like as in defeat someone,
it was
off screen.
Well, there's also the Soul King.
Yeah, but that doesn't help. There's no good thing he's won, and that's not even a fight. He was being like controlled too. So it wasn't even him. It was you were bucked through him.
Yeah, so this is. I don't know what's going to be coming up here anymore, but it's getting pretty. I don't know. It's just getting kind of dragged out at this point.
Well, I mean, obviously that's what he's doing. He's trying to milk this to get all the money he can. Because after this, I wouldn't read it. I'm not going to read his work. No, I think most people would just stop after Bleach, and he knows that. And that's why I keep saying that's why he's like, well, Bleach is the one people are actually invested in because they spend so much time. I might as well make it go all the way it can because you know what? In the end,
because they started when it was still good.
Yeah, they can suffer, but they're still gonna read it, and in the end, I'm gonna get all my money. You know, and yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the industry works that way. He has enough leeway to say, "Give me all your money." And so in the end, he knows no one's gonna really buy his next work. Mm-hmm. So why not? Milk this manga?
Yep.
People are gonna read it. I mean, again, it takes like less than a minute, so it's really not much of an issue with us because while we suffer and we like, this is too disappointing, we're just too invested. I mean, a lot of people say, I'm being competitive now, but it's like a lot of people say, why don't you just stop? It's like, well, if you spent like years investing in this manga, you kind of want to stick with it to the end, even if the end doesn't seem to be coming. It's just human nature. People, it's hard to say, okay, I'm not going to read anything for the next 5 years, especially if each chapter only takes like less than a minute. So it's not even taking much of your time. Yep. So it's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm kind of like even wondering about this series anymore. But it's like that's I really don't have much to say on here either way. It's like this, that's kind of where I am right now. Just I'm beyond words, or not even up to words. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I think that's about it today.
Yeah, that's pretty much been a review of Bleach 643, Baby Hold Your Hand 6. Only this time the hand has been turned into a big pulp of meat and then devoured. Meantime, like I said, if you have anything you want to say on here, if you have any similar opinions, if you have any different opinions, throw them in the comments. Meantime, like I said, keep an eye on this channel every Tuesday for more episodes of the Typical Manga Review. Go ahead and take us away.
Bye!